Welcome back. This is M-Dog. We are playing Russian Fishing 4 and we are at Kuori Lake. You recognize this view? Not a view you've probably seen a whole lot of times. I don't know that I have fished over here more than 3 or 4 or 5 times. We are testing out a bream spot. We're here at 134, 106, casting just about like that. We're just going to cast just to the right of the island from here, I guess. And we are at a 15-meter clip. Oof, perfect. We are using pea porridge. This one is an inline rig. This one is a loop rig. Slightly undercast it. And this is a spinning setup, actually casting setup with the Hunter 1002. We're really early for bream, so I thought, hey, we'll cast a spinning rod a couple times just for fun. But I thought, hey, let's start early and see what the bream bite is like all the way up until when it's actually bream time, and then we'll see just how good this little spot here at Kuori is. We are 15-meter clip. Did I say that already? And casting kind of like all through this area here at 15 meters. All right, let's see if we can catch anything else just for fun. This side of the lake is not known for being like particularly great for just kind of spin fishing over here, so but I thought it might be fun just to do something instead of just waiting. I did want to see like when the bream bite kind of starts, if it starts, if this spot's even working. I haven't tested this spot. I'm just have seen posted on VK that this is indeed a an active bream spot. If it is, it's great news. A lot of players who are trolling at Kuori during the day or whatever, if you can have a really good source of income at night, especially if it's consistent like bream can be, then that can really help. The problem is there's not always reliably good bream spots at Kuori, so we'll see how this really goes. There's jig step. It is not easy to get jig step consistently at Kuori according to where you're casting, only because of how uneven the bottom of the lake is. At least for me, I find that it's just not always consistent getting that jig step. The other thing I'm tempted to do is try to get a rainbow trout. Let's see if there's like a spinner bait or something that rainbow trout here are liking. We might just cast one of those one time. Once we got it going, we got consistent jig step. That was really good, actually. All right. So let's see. What if we change this to Sbirolino with a lure, and we'll use the, what's the test here? 12 to 60. We'll use the 30 gram. Now let's look at weekly. Wait, what's the name of the thing here? Rainbow trout. Wait. All right, what about ultralight weekly rainbow trout? You want the Hornet 9 or the Spiker 16? I'm kind of feeling the Spiker 16. All right. So first of all, let's see what's up with this first bream we've got. Hopefully it's a bream. By the way, we're using... All right, good sign. I'm going to get stuck here. In fact, I already am stuck here. Let's see here. All right, there we go. So I got to be careful of that. Might need to step back just a little bit. Let's go to 16-meter clip and step back just a little bit. We are using 7.4 fluorocarbon liters on every one of these feeders. Again, I think that undercast just a bit. All right, this is going to be interesting. What speed do y'all think we should retrieve? There's no current. We're going to throw this a country mile. Let's do 24 speed. I think this is going to go pretty far. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Okay. Now, here's the test. Can we get something to bite it? We've got a massive leader on there. It might scare everything away, but... Oh! Hey there. Okay, now we've still got 4.5 football fields to bring it in. Literally over 100 meters away still. But we caught a... I can't believe this worked. I'm going to just take a nap while we're reeling this in. I'll be back in a few minutes. Holy cow. So before I started streaming, recording, I threw that Hunter 2 in, the Hunter 2 lure, and I got like a small rainbow trout. Like quickly, I was like, okay, what the heck? You know, we'll try to do this. But then I was, as I was sitting there, you know, when we did the first cast, I was thinking like, man, we should do a spinnerbait. The problem is we need to get the spinnerbait way far away from here because where we're fishing right here is probably not a good spot for most fish. But if we cast it far enough using Sbirolino, maybe we'll have a chance. I promise this video is about bream fishing. But, you know, until you get to like 20, time-wise, you're just catching small ones anyway, right? So this is, hopefully we'll be able to do that. Let's cast this one more time, see if we can get 2 fish in a row. Let's create a new meta. Oh, it's just a lake trout that we just pulled across Kuori. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, small bream. But again, as long as that keeps up at night and they actually get decent size, like, we're okay with that. Look how tired our poor fisherman is. After pulling that thing across the lake. Alright, let's get a little energy here. Alright, can we get even higher? Let's see. It's unreal how far, like we could have hit the island, I think. Alright, small bream, you're gonna have to wait. We gotta do this one more time, see if we can get a fish on. Alright, after this one we're going to put our 3rd feeder rod out and we'll get serious about these bream. Come on. I believe in you, fish. Let's do it. Still have 80 meters left. It's all good. Oh, we could speed up, huh? kidding me? We caught something. This one's small though. This is almost so much fun that I don't I don't want to stop, but we've got to. All right, that's a little perch. That's definitely like, you know, by the way, binoculars, good investment in this new meta breaking fishing technique we're using. All right. Okay. We'll have more fun like that another time. Let's get going though. So we're using pickers for this exercise. And once again, this one's loop rig. So only the first one is inline. I'm going to do this one 16 as well because I'm going to probably bounce it backwards more times than not. All right, so that's got 30 gram, 20 gram, 30 grams. We need to switch the middle one to 30 grams so we get more consistency with casting. That's going to throw me off big time. So this one needs to be 30 gram. Oh, and by the way, we're using like some tricky super bream. We don't have much left. I'm not going to make more of it. When this runs out, we'll move to this one. And then if that runs out, we'll go to regular. So that'll cast a little farther with a little bit more weight on the feeder now. Okay, let's see if the bream are going to show up. So we should have large one hooks and pea porridge on all three here. And we're just casting like right out into here, you know. It's only like 2.5 meters deep. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know if it's going to really be that good or not, but we'll check it. Best fish of the day so far? Well, yeah, arguably that. Maybe the lake trout too, though. All right. We've got our first marker bream here. And it is still pretty early. That was fun. Trying to think if there's any chance that we would catch something other than bream on this bait. I don't think so. At least not over here. There we go. All right, first one over a kilo comes in on the loop rig in the middle. Then we've got 2 loop rigs, 1 inline. I tend to favor loop rig, but I will say, if you read the description, it just sounds like in the standing water at Kuori, the inline would work pretty good too. I do have points in both, in inline and loop. We also have it in bottom, simple bottom as well. If we wanted to really get tricky, we could have one of them set up as simple bottom. But I mean, having ground bait on there, I think it's a no-brainer to either go inline, paternoster, or loop rig. So if you haven't taken the time to read it, Paternoster says it's the feeder's attached to a leader. This universal rig with medium sensitivity and auto setting of the hook. Inline, it's able to move freely along the main line. It's best suited for moderate fish in standing water. High sensitivity as fish line tension is transferred directly to the tip of the rod. The disadvantage is mediocre auto hooking. And then loop says, you can see it's got a loop there where the feeder's attached. The sinker moves freely within the loop tied to the main fishing line. The loop rig is good sensitivity, but not the best auto hooking, can be used on any type of water bodies. So kind of your pluses and minuses, at least in the way that they're described in game. Well, this middle loop rig is doing some work. So far, the one line that has inline is maybe the slowest. All right, any cool places we can put our lantern? Yes, very cool. I like it. Especially in this like time of dusk. You know, I don't know if we could get one to bite, but if we could cast it pretty close to us and get one to bite, we'd be able to see the fish come right up to it. All right, we need to switch to the other Super Bream. Now this Super Bream is a little bit more of a simple recipe. Really, I think the only difference here is that it's got spicy garlic as the attractant instead of anise oil. Other than that, it's pretty much regular Bream mix. Kuori Lake at night looks very nice. So ultimately, this may end up being a decent Bream spot. I will say, to be this late at night and still catching a fairly high percentage of small ones, that feels somewhat worse than like your typical old Berg spot, but doesn't mean we won't end up catching some pretty decent fish here. There's a pretty nice one on inline. I think that's only our second over a kilo and our first on the inline rig. Is that right? Yep. So, are there white bream at Kuori? Yes, there is. The largest white bream caught at Kuori was on float, which isn't shocking. White bream tend to do the best on float overall. Not that you can't catch nice ones on feeder, but it is a little different now than it used to be. Server restart in an hour. I didn't know there was a restart tonight. Let's see if there is a reason or if it's just your typical ho-hum restart of the server. So 23 hours ago, it was posted. The game will be restarted. Client will be updated. Client will be updated. 4 hours. What's that about? There hasn't been any news about something happening, has there? All right, we're starting to get some more consistently good-looking fish right now. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see any information proactively about if anything's significantly is being added or changed. I guess we'll just have to check in tomorrow. But you may notice we've gone on quite the string here of good fish in a row. 4 with just one sort of... It would be 5, but we had that one that was a little small. It's another good one. Things are looking up. Could be my imagination, but I feel like loop rig is a little more active than inline. I'm not sure though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, over a kilo. The bite rate is fantastic right now. It's fun using these picker rods. I don't always use them for bream, but some of that's just the casting distance. Depends on how far we're casting. Since this is just a 15, 16 meter clip, it's kind of a no-brainer. Now, I don't have as much control over the fish with picker rods because I don't have any points in it compared to feeders or carp rods. So, you know, I guess you could argue that I'm running a little bit more of a risk that a big trophy could like pop off easier or something, but I don't know. What? Or why are you smaller? How dare you be smaller? Look at that fish. That is a bream. It was on the line and then it ran away. Look, it was on that line and then it took off. Maybe the hook's too big? Maybe a percentage of them are going to not like it because of how big the hook is? That wasn't very nice. All the lights in town. That's a nice one. And that was on inline. We reeled that fish in over 100 meters. .326, sun's starting to come up. Welcome to Kuori Lake. One, 5, 10, 11, 12 over a kilo. It's not bad. Again, maybe doesn't compare favorably to Oldberg numbers when it's popping off, but it's not bad. We haven't had a fish on this third line in a while, I don't think. Might be one of those do we recast it kind of situations. Now, if you are trolling at Kuori and making good money, and having good fun, this is probably the time when you'd want to head back to the boat and go catch that Savon trout. Nope. Savon. Nope. Savon. Nope. Yes, Savon trout. Go catch that Savon trout trophy at about 4:45 in the morning, something like that. But if trolling's just so and a lot of your silver's coming from Bream, then you definitely want to keep fishing Bream a little longer. I'd like to try this spot again with size 8 hooks on the lines. I mean, I get that it's fun to like just try to increase your chances overall of a trophy, but I'm wondering, yeah, I just don't know. I don't know. It may be about the same. Glad we finally caught another fish on that third rod though. We're definitely seeing like size is going back down a little bit. It's early though. We should still have some really nice fish at least till 7 a.m. Sometimes till 9 a.m. Alright, where's Gingy fishing? And Gingy has caught 2 taimen in a row. 3 taimen. It's like we're targeting taimen. Maybe we're fishing with a squirrel at Tunguska or something. I don't know. Seems like that's been a thing recently. We've got the domestic goddess carp fishing. Brillo is catching a bunch of bream. Looks like more than I am. Maybe at Old Berg. Don't make me get out my Sbirolino rig. Alright, that's a little better. That's a little better. Wow, I am so thankful that I decided to do RF4 video first tonight. I was trying to decide what I was going to work on tonight, you know, and whatever, and just decide, hey, let's do RF4 first, see what's out there. Saw that Bream fishing at Kuori was a thing, decided to go with it, and here we are. If I had waited, the server would have come down, and there'd have been no chance to do anything in RF4. Bite rate's still okay. Just we're getting some smaller ones mixed in. Now that looks like a decent one. What's going on there? It's a monster. Got a little wind. 8.3. Whoa. He's upside down. No, he's not. That's a nice one. Got a little rejuvenation happening here. All right. 6-12. I mean, we're 2 away from having 18, which is the minimum of a spot being considered really strong, for me at least. 18 or above, over a kilo, you're in like at least A- territory for a bream spot. I think we're going to get there. It's another healthy one. That's not a healthy one. Just trying to see if there's anything on VK about the reset. Any like theories or anything. I mean, 4 hours, it's probably just some minor something. Fixing something, changing, like tweaking, whatever. But you never know. If it was like legit content though, it would be a little more substantial, right? This person's catching trophy gudgeon on a feeder? Wow. That's different. Alright, come on. You just got to be a kilo and you've hit the minimum. You hit the minimum bar. Oh my goodness. Notice I was holding down the right trigger the whole time. I don't really see anything about the update. Oh, wait, here it is. The client, let's see, server will be rebooted and the game client will be updated. Maybe chat will be turned on. This is just total speculation, by the way. I'm looking at people talking in VK. Other people are saying chat will definitely not be turned on. Trying to give this place the benefit of the doubt and give it time to just catch one more. We're kind of out of prime time. We just need one more like lucky 1 kilo just so that we can say it met the minimum. Yeah, no like legitimate information about what's happening with the downtime. It's probably nothing. It's probably just not enough time for anything substantial, right? This just feels like some kind of minor adjustment. Oh, is it a kilo? Nope. Close, but no cigar. I'll give it to 9:30, and then we're going to call it a failure. Not a failure of the fisherman, a failure of the spot. Not to hit the minimum. You're one off. Come on, spot. Don't be a failure. Whoa. You're not a failure. Okay. I'll be careful on this one. Without being obnoxious. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to the success. Welcome, 134-106. How does it feel to be a Bream success story? Okay, you don't have to rub it in our face. We already said you were a success. Good job. Oh. We're going to call it. But we do have to do one more cast, right? We can't go anywhere without one more cast. $122 watch out! No! If we catch a fish that far away, it doesn't need to be a small one. Holy cow. Look how far away that is. It's past the island. And it's a little perch. This can't be good for the reel, right? Alright, we'll just do 50% cast this time. It's still gonna go forever. Keep your eye on it. Woo! Dang it. The perch are killing me. Alright, third time's a charm, right? What? No! This is the poor man's key right over here. Actually, let's cast it from the key one time. Is that a little Vendus? No. Yes. Vendus. I was making sure we had a floating Sbirolino on here. We do. Alright, alright. Okay, we'll put a sinking one on there. I know you wanted me to, so I will. I could hear you asking me, hey, M-Dog, try a sinking one. Okay. We'll sink it to the bottom. I don't usually do as well if I'm using like a spinnerbait that typically is going to be at the top and I force it to sink. I don't usually do as well. It's kind of like if you take a, you know, some kind of jigging lure and put it on a floating, you know. It's like doing the opposite of what the lure is supposed to do. It usually is pretty awkward, but it's worth trying one time. I think just how with us pulling it, it's kind of staying. It's a slow sinker, so. Ooh! How fun was that? Oh my goodness! Where is it? It's a Vindus! Alright. This is more fun than we're allowed to have, so we gotta cut it off before we go into the, too far above our quota for fun. Hey, we didn't have big enough Vindus. Alright, so no Bream orders. I mean, you give me a few more minutes, I'll have you a perch order done. You don't worry about it. Alright, let's see how we did selling some Bream at Kuori. So remember, you're trying to supplement your daytime fishing with a little nighttime fishing. These Bream are worth, like, those are going to add up. 151 silver. That's pro status. We just got promoted to pro status. I'm going to sit down and have me a smoke at the Kala and Vodka bar. What you got for sale? Buy me a smoked trout. 17 silver. It's only 5 portions. I mean, what's that going to do for me? Because that's a lot of silver. We did well, but we didn't do that well. Ooh, that looks yummy. It's got a fun little graphic on it. I'd buy it. A case. Oh, it's gold only. That's sneaky. All right. Hey, there's some Kuori Bream fishing and just in general, some fun, right? Some Kuori fun. All right. Go forth and have a good update, y'all. We'll see you on the other side. Peace out. Tight lines.